Okay. Peace to the peace to the family. We have officially been live for 13 hours. We rocking 13 hours straight. You know we do. But you guys waited a long time for this book. 3 years in the making. All right. Oh, my bad. Let's do our housekeeping because I know y'all need to hear me to say this, or y'all ain't gonna do it. Right? So I need y'all to hit the subscribe. If you already subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Copy and paste the URL onto your Facebook, Instagram. Let people know we live. Let people know it's over here. We changing, we changing, shattering paradigm. Like, let people know what's going on over here. It's crazy. Let them know. Don't try to keep it. See, don't keep it secret. See, now you keeping it secret. I can't share it with you, then you keep it secret. What kind of game is that? This is the family. Right? This is masonry. Hold on. Just in case you don't know, this is masonry right here when you look at what you're looking at. Right? This is why people was like, I get people that stop me everywhere I go with my children. How do you manage with all those children? And these is people that don't even know me. These are strangers. So in the back of their mind, they think somehow their mama's helping me or something. They don't know that this is anyway. This is masonry. This is my second 5. I'm trying to show y'all what it looked like in real time. See? This is how Masons move. This is how Masons move. I want you to see masonry. This is what masonry look like. What you see on your screen right there, that's masonry. Now, these other guys, they're going to queen you to death because they want you to open that wallet. They're going to king you to death because they want you to open that wallet. So they're going to do all the things that make you think that these is, these brothers, oh, he's such a good brother. He's such a, no, he collected that money from you. But where's kids at? How come he got 10,000 hours of video on social media and you don't never see him with his kids? Oh, he's a good brother. He's a good brother. How's he a good brother? He ain't with his kids. I don't understand. What do you mean he's a good brother? Where's his kids? And if you got these brothers that's online all the time and they're not with their kids, what are you supporting? Are you supporting fathers not raising their kids? You might be a part of the problem and not the solution. Oh, you don't say that about such and such because you like him. Okay, we're moving on. Anubis, the first master. The first master. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all birthright back right now. You're getting real history. This real history you need to know about. Anubis is the first master. When we get back and we get into talking about Abraham coming from Ur, right? The dog and the lion people, right? The dog and the lion people. I'm getting ready to show you not only the dog and the lion, but I'm getting ready to show you the origin of all your sacred mystery schools. All your sacred mystery schools come from the dog and the lion. The Philosopher's Stone is the dog and the lion. I'm getting ready to show you. Now pay attention. You see the dog, Anubis. You see Osiris. You don't know that that's the lion. Look at the feet. Look at the feet of the bed that Osiris laying on. That's the lion back that he's on. You just don't see his face in this picture. But look under that. Look under that. Remember early on, you had The bull, the eagle, okay, I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you the work here. I'm just showing you the work. So there's a motif at play. The gods was originally depicted on the walls with gold skin. Now, you know, they stole everything. Come on now. I got to get you to understand this work. You got to see this is the original blueprint for your alchemy. And y'all were learning a bunch of goofy nothing. Y'all studying alchemy, that's nothing. You're not even learning no real alchemy. You don't even know what alchemy is. Alchemy is the holy black. That's alchemy. That's alchemy. They studying the perfect black. Mercury is light. Salt is eumelanin, and sulfur is pheomelanin. Yeah, the OGs, they had it wrong a little bit. I don't take nothing away from them. Right? The OGs, they was telling you pheomelanin was the sulfur and eumelanin was what? The selenium. No, selenium comes into play with the enzymes, but not within the eumelanin itself. So the enzymes that's responsible, like tyrosinase, for helping your body to produce melanin, it definitely requires some selenium on deck. But not the actual melanin. The melanin is salt, sodium. We looked at that already 1,000 times. If you've been with me all day today, you've seen it 1,000 times. We even looked at seeing that number 11, sodium, right? Now, what you don't know is that Mercury represents light. That's why Mercury represents the transformative element. See, y'all looking at the wrong thing. Y'all didn't know what y'all was looking at. Osiris is the philosopher's stone. Proverb 27, ugly. Proverb 27, as the fine pot for silver and the furnace for gold, so is a man to his praise. Revelation 2:17, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it. That's a whole nother conversation there. Hopefully we get to it. We might get to it. We might get to it. It's here. It's all here. We're gonna break it down for you. We're gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna show you how Mercury represents light. And then once you see that, it's over. These is low-hanging fruit. See, but what you guys don't understand is that because pheomelanin association with sulfur and eumelanin association with sodium is common knowledge in 2023, 4,000 years ago, it was not. 2,000 years ago, it was not. 500 years ago, it was not. Mercury represents the god Shu. Shu is the electrical aspect of the air. Surface waves, okay, surface waves is that other type of electricity that we talked about. The radiant energy that Akhenaten discovered, and so Akhenaten had to go build a whole new city. He was really building like because see, y'all don't understand what they were doing in Egypt. They had power centers like Con Ed, that's what they was running over there. So Akhenaten had to move and create his whole new one based on the unification of electromagnetism and mechanical waves called radiant energy. But anyway, so Shu, the god of electricity in the air, surface waves, and lions, he is the lion that works with Anubis to resurrect Osiris. This is where your science come from, this whole alchemy. See, this more science that Mukman and them stole out the pyramids, right? But dig it. Look at the Ak and the Aku. Look at the Ak and the Aku. I'm just showing you the actual words. You got to deal with it. How come the spirit is also stonemason, quarry? What, I don't know. What you tell me. You tell me. Huh? You tell me what walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, and then 3 legs. I'll wait. It's right there. I'll wait. You tell me what walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, then 3 legs. I'll wait. It's right there. Okay, we moving. We leaving for that. We leaving. You deal with that. Right? Come on. Y'all ready? Maybe y'all need a drink. Go get y'all some hot tea or some hot coffee, whichever y'all do. And then take you like a nice spoonful, or if you really strong, take 2 spoonfuls of that blue magic and drop it in there. And then you be ready to go. And see, this is how I'm doing this all day. How your attention span can't last an hour, 2 hours, and I'm teaching 14 hours straight, and we're not close to finish. We're gonna finish this. We got 1,100 slides to do. We already did over 700. There's no reason we're not gonna get to the end of it. We got this. I have faith in you. Wake your ass up. Now, in a typical dipole decay, the induction magnetic field and the radiation magnetic field are in opposing directions. Remember, I showed you the 90-degree angle. This is how they work. The former is dominant close to the decay, and the latter is dominant far away. Thus, there exists a surface on which these 2 components cancel each other out, so that the magnetic field reverses direction. Because the magnetic field changes direction, so also will the pointing vector field, provided the electric field is reasonably well behaved. This defines a causal surface within which the electromagnetic energy will collapse, and outside of which the electromagnetic energy will radiate away. Now, what happened with the waves collapse? What's the waves collapse into particles of reality? You know, what's going on with that? Anyway, we're going to walk through this, and we're going to look at this, the god Anubis, the god of decay, right? We're going to look at this. Hold on. We got the decay. Hold on. I gotta change this. I gotta put this a little bit. I gotta put me another one down here. Okay. Gotta put me another one down here. Okay. Good. Because we're gonna need to come back to this. We start dancing around for a minute. Anubis, the god of decay. The god of decay. Decay is radioactivity. This is why I was showing you everything I'm showing you. Everything I'm showing you, you need to learn. So I know early was getting to a lot of numbers and it was getting a little crazy. It was like I was just punching you in the head over and over. It's all right. I wanted to show you how that signature kept coming up. Bang, bang, bang. So when you see, you know it's not happenstance. You know it's not a mistake. When the numbers repeat itself like that, and numbers is geometry. All right. Now, why do you think radioactive elements cause cancer? Simple, because God is light. Radioactive means the emission of light. And when you expose this light, the light changes the information in the DNA and causes cancer and tumor mutation. Duh. Right? You have to be careful about what light you expose to. Listen, what did God tell you in the Bible? Hold on now. Because a lot of y'all be pulling this up in debates. Oh, your God is a jealous God. How come your God is jealous? All light ain't good for your body. God is light, a very specific type. There's types of light out here that'll take you up out of here. The same way you can get some light in it to make you feel loved and warm, and it's some light that could cause cancer and tear you apart. It's some light that's so powerful to just rip you to shreds. Yeah. Scientifically. Now you out there worshiping them other gods. You up there all in all type of light. Oh, that's why you're going blind, because the blue light is destroying the pigments in your eyes. That's why you're losing your fertility, because you think you're supposed to be rocking off the moon, and you don't understand the moon is a reflection of the sun. You don't understand that moonlight don't have the infrared, and the infrared is what you need to produce melatonin. Oh, no. All this science is coming off masonry. See, that's what I'm trying to show you something. Oh, yeah. Now look it up, though. See if you need that infrared light to produce that melatonin or not. See if that infrared is a part of the moonlight. Because see, infrared is not, it can't reach. So the sun going to produce the infrared, but when they hit the moon and reflect, it ain't coming back. Oh, you got to figure this thing out. You got to figure this thing out. See, when you print this out, you're going to have plenty of time to deal with this. Because we got to understand what's going on out here. Because if you don't understand this, what you don't know can kill you. What you don't know can kill you. Now, this is the Global Oncology Society. They talking about the cancer in Honduras. Yeah, these are facts. All right. And I'm showing you the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. This is the reason why that botana oil that you're getting smell like burnt coffee, right? When you look at the reports, they show you what's going on there. Stomach cancer. Now, how is that botana oil such a miraculous healing agent, and the people that's eating it is all getting stomach cancer? I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay. Yeah. I got you. Everyday oils are easily converted into radioactive cancer-forming agents. Many oils that are marketed as healthy are very dangerous if burned, especially since it takes many years for the cancers to form. What makes it more complicated is that while there are cancer-forming agents in the oil, there are also nutritious compounds there as well. This is very pronounced in the Honduras community, where the people living in poverty use the burned palm oil called botana, even while stomach cancer destroys the community. See, because there's some benefits, but there's also long-term, so you can't tell what's what. And these are mostly uneducated, poverty-stricken people. So they don't know what's going on. They got short lifespans. But the poverty people get the burned coffee butter program. That's what they get. The people who can afford it, they get the stuff that comes out of that pot before that stuff. They get the ojan, they get the oil, the proper program. With all the same vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, it just doesn't have the burnt up stuff. Now, Why is it that why isn't everybody selling the unsaturated pure version? Because you got to pay real money for that. So you got to pay real money for the one I got. But the one that's burned like coffee, that's nothing. You ain't got to spend no money on that. They're buying that for $1 an ounce. And when you put it on your hair and skin, when it hit the sun, it becomes more cancerous. It doesn't become less cancerous. I'm just showing you. And this is how they sell it. This is how they sell it. They smuggling it out of Honduras in garbage bottles. How do I know? Because I bought it. I know. This is what it looked like. They're smuggling it out of there in garbage bottles. These is empty bottles of liquor or soda that they done refilled up with the botana oil. Now, how is you putting a hot oil into a plastic garbage bottle or something else? It's literally melting the plastic in it to it. It's all kind of shit in there. Right? That's what it looked like. I'm showing you because I got it. I'm showing you because I got it. So it ain't something else I'm talking about. Nah, it's this. Saturated fat, stinking like burnt coffee. The burnt coffee you smell is this polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These are only facts. It's only facts. This is what we got. Unsaturated fat, liquid at room temperature, no burn coffee smell. See, this is the top shelf. This is the good stuff. But you got to pay for this. You're not getting this for $1 an ounce. That's not going to happen. Right? Yeah. This is how the science is applied in real time. Right? This is how the science is applied in real time. Now, let's go back to the ritual. Yeah, real life shit, ritual. Real life shit, ritual. Right? Real life shit, NBA. We go back to the ritual. Right? Real life shit, childbirth, fertility. We go back to the ritual. Right? Here's the ritual. Look. Shu, the lion. Now you can see him clearly. Electricity. Ampu. Anubis. The magnetic field. Right? These imposing directions, perpendicular. Ampu is operating as dominant close up, and Shu is passive. Let's go back. In a typical dipole decay, the induction magnetic field and the radiation magnetic field are in opposing directions. The former is dominant, close to the decay, and the latter is dominant, far away. This is the reason why Anubis is standing over Osiris and Shu is in his lion form with Osiris on his back, because it's showing that Shu is passive in this motif. Anubis is dominant, right? There exists a surface on which these two components cancel each other out so that the magnetic field reverses direction. This is called bringing back to life. Because the magnetic field changes direction, so also with a point field vector, providing an electric field is reasonably well. Hey, this defines a causal surface. So they're demonstrating the surface by showing the table, the line as a table, right? And our modern science show you the same thing up there. I'm showing you the electric field, magnetic field program that you would get in a school textbook, and I'm showing you how your ancestors gave it up. I'm showing you how your ancestors gave it up. Piece by piece, brick by brick, point by point. Thus, there exists a surface on which the two components cancel each other out, blah, blah. That is why the line, okay, yeah, here we go. So the magnetic field reverses direction because the magnetic field changes direction. So also with a pointing electric field, provide the electric field reasonable behave. Instead of life or the soul leaving the body, the direction is changed and Osiris is raised with electromagnetic radiation. Waves collapsing bring things into existence. When the particle rejoins the wave, we call that death. Right? So again, this defines a causal surface within the electromagnetic energy will collapse, and outside of it, it will radiate away. The waves collapse, poof, you're coming back to life. When it radiates away, that's death. That's the reason they always use red and blue. That's the Doppler kind of vibe. Energy coming in, red. Energy going away, blue. What you got in your blood? Oxygenized blood, red, right? It's magnetized, energy coming in. No oxygen, blue, right? All energy gone. Right? Come on now. I'm showing you the real deal. Don't be mad with me. Don't be mad with me, family. This is how Islam got the math and science. This is what they literally did in 820, excuse me. They raided the pyramids, sold the mummies. This is what they did. So this is not me. I don't owe nobody an apology for this. The Islamic community owe us an apology, Black and brown people. They got all their riches and wealth and their intelligence. They got the intelligence that they at the center of their culture that they're most proud about. Nah, I'm not saying return it. You can't return it. All I'm saying is come on, man. All you got to do is shout out the reference, man. Just say that you got it from the OG. That's why I be trying to tell these little, you know what I mean? Tell these guys, right? Listen, I know you're going to grab it and flip it and bounce it. You ain't had no information this amazing since you can't even remember. And once you expose to it, it can't come out of your brain. Just make sure you say my name. That's all I learned from Inky. That's all you got to say. I learned from Inky that. You start right there. I learned from Inky that. I always like, oh, no, I learned from Sabi that. I learned from Richard King that. I learned from Jehudi Maharaj that. I learned from whoever. Dr. Brown that. Right? Here's the real pyramid they blew inside the hole they blew inside the pyramid. This is the rat hole right here. This is not funny. This is really what they did. They put the hole in the side of the joint to come in there. I'm showing you how the science got out of the pyramids. I'm showing you the science that's in there, then I'm showing you how it got out of it. Yeah. I'm showing you how it got out of there. So now we can come back here and deal with this. Esau and Jacob, right? These are the two different seeds that make up the Mosaic Tower. Remember, we looked up the definition of Mosaic earlier. It had nothing to do with Moses. It's a dope play on words, though, because if you don't know any science, your mind goes straight for, the low-hanging fruit, right? Goes for the low-hanging fruit. All of these things here are poison to the human body. Gold, silver, mercury, copper, lead, iron, and tin. All poisonous to the body in the wrong isotopes. In the right isotopes, these are miraculous compounds. Well, for the most part. Right? For the most part. Lead and mercury is, I don't know. The problem with lead is that lead wants to be iron. That's the problem with lead, So when you get lead in your body, lead will immediately fasten itself to all of the little places that iron is supposed to be. So your blood will stop working properly because the iron is not there. You know what I'm saying? It's another mineral in there with different instruction. You get different instruction, different mineral, different type of light processing, different type of light processing, different behavior, different foot. Like it's just everything goes crazy. That's what lead do though. Lead replaces iron. So that's the problem with that. But you get the right type of tin. Tin is really good for your scalp and your skin, ladies. You got to get the right one though. But you can go type that in, look it up. Ooh, Inky might have said something. Anyway, all of these are straight poison to the human body. Copper and iron create electromagnetism in your body in the right isotopes and combinations. Gold and silver are miraculous in the right isotopes and combinations. However, mercury will imitate silver as lead imitates iron, right? And that's where things become problematic. Now, you guys are studying these triangles, right? And the triangles is really the clue. It's not what they represent in the earth, fire. No. They see that's more insult to your family. They letting you believe that your family was dumbed down to this earth, fire, wind, and water. Like they wasn't more complex than that. Remember, they don't think that they had microscopes or anything back then. But clearly we got microscopic stuff etched into the pyramids to anatomical precision. So the only way we could have known about those things is if we had microscopes. There's no other way around that, right? So you guys got to stop the goofy shit, okay? Mercury can dissolve heavy metals like gold and silver, but something about iron is different. Mercury could dissolve gold and silver, but iron different. I need y'all to get that. Iron is that alien metal. Remember, iron is an alien metal. That's why it's the only thing that's magnetic. Iron is the Superman. I think it's the magnetism. Anyway, you want to do some real alchemy. Now, here's the trick to Mercury. Mercury is the red-brown brick that produces light that feeds melanin. Mercury. That's what they're doing right there. Again, the stonework. Hold on. Again, we're working in stone. Remember, we're still dealing with masonry, stonework. Mercury is the red brick. Now, when you apply an electric current to mercury, it produces light. Oh. The mercury produces a specific type of light, that UV that you need, and then that activates the phosphorus in the visible light. So guess what? This is how your ancestors was producing light without how we doing it. They was doing it their way. This is how they was doing it their way. This was why I broke it down to you, explain it to you. Okay, let's start it back over here. Copper and iron create electromagnetism. Full stop. Copper and iron create electromagnetism. Gold and silver are, I believe, number 1 and number 3 for electrical conductivity. I'm just saying, this, you need to know what these metals do. Because you goofy niggas trying to turn something into something else, and you forgetting that all these metals have different properties. Right? And I showed you homeboy that recreated this same experiment in his house with 2 magnetic mounds. I'm showing you step by step by step. This is how they was able to produce light from stone. This is what the Philosopher's Stone is about, because that UV light produces the perfect black. I over here studying these weird triangles. Now, we're going to stay with Anubis. Ptah touches the mouth with a chisel, and Anubis touches the dead with an adze before raising him from the lion paw table back to life. Right? Now I'm getting delirious. I'm mixing two rituals together. Hold on. Okay, this is supposed to go with something else. Yeah, this is the opening of the mouth ceremony. This is supposed to have a different picture right here. This is what happens when you're doing. Where we at? 760 something slides so far. You're bound to make a mistake. No. But we're gonna say the information is in my mind. I don't need it written on the thing. That's how I can see it's not, Anyway, so we're rapping on this, right? We got this. All right. Now we can go, hold on. Hold on, let me see if we need this. There's two separate subjects. No. We're gonna keep rocking. The hidden one. The hidden sound of Wuxia. The hunted. The hunted. That hunted is also the 5. That's where it came from. You got to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to keep it 100 with you no matter what. Hold on. Let me just grab one. That's what should be there. Hold on. And it's driving me crazy. Even though I'm probably not driving you crazy. It's definitely driving me crazy. All right, bang. Let's do that. Man, where'd it go? Oh, there you go. I got it. All right, hold on, because I got to show y'all this. I'm drive myself crazy if I don't. Okay, hold on. And here's Ptah. Live. Thank you. Right, so there's Ptah. Hold on. And here's Anubis. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. We gotta get that. Yeah, we had to get that together. Right? I get some better. I get a better version of this later, but I just wanted y'all to be able to see this. The right thing. Hold on. There we go. So we put this one here. Delete. Whoop. And this one, we're going to delete. Bang. All right, now I can rest myself. There you go. There you go. Now you get to see these gentlemen working when they working too. So there's Ptah. Here's Anubis. Live on the spot adjustments, baby. Call the audible right in the huddle. That's how you know we're not just reading off the paper. Right? Okay, now here's the phi symbol in the stone. Now they're going to tell you all kinds of stories because they want to take credit for this now. But it's there in the rock. So now here's Osiris, right? Osiris is Isis, Re, and the throne. Now the throne looks just like stairs. Interesting. Because Osiris is supposed to actually mount Isis, and Isis is actually supposed to be the throne. So it gets interesting when you get into the nuances of this. But this is why we have to break it down piece by piece by piece, right? This is your throne, right? The Pharaoh was king of earth. Osiris is king of the underworld, the whole thing. So this is the actual throne, which is the great stairs. This is where the link between the earth and the sun is, right here. This is where in the magnetosphere, this is where that all happens at. And so if you want to travel back to the sun, after you transition, you have to go to the great stairs. And in between the great stairs and the sun is the void called the duat. Oh yeah, this is what that is. This is what that is. Now, let's look at the math. I'm sorry, I know y'all a little bit allergic to the math part, but we got to do it anyway. Osiris is born on the first day that Thoth won for Nut. That's very important. The first day that Thoth won for Nut. So remember, it was 360 days. But then Thoth went out there and he was hustling. Thoth was hustling. Thoth was hustling. Thoth was gambling days. Thoth was out there throwing dice for days. Literally. Throwing dice for days. Literally. Right? But your 7 liberal arts comes from Osiris as well. So trust me, we still here with the circle 7. We still dealing with the science. We're still dealing with the masonry. I'm showing you where it all come from. Now, you got Thoth winning a day. On the first day he won, Osiris is born. Osiris has 72 killers. Remember, it's 12 months, 30 days each in Egyptian calendar. 1/12 is the amount of each day that Thoth won. 12 is the number of constellations in the zodiac. 30 is the number of degrees, hint, hint, wink, wink, allocated along the ecliptic to each zodiac constellation. 72, the number of years required for the equinoctial sun to complete a precession shift 1 degree along the ecliptic. 360, the total number of degrees in the ecliptic. 72 times 30, 2160. You see how these numbers from earlier is coming back now? And these is the numbers from Osiris' story. Hold on now. See, it take a while to deal with real shit. You can't microwave the real shit. Now, all of those measurements from the earth, the moon, the sun, all that, I'm showing you how that came out of Osiris story. I'm showing you biosemiotics. I'm showing you how we unpacking the information. I'm showing you what masonry looked like in real time. I'm showing you the origin. They keep telling you masonry came from Kemet, but they not demonstrating because they ain't showed you no math and geometry there. They ain't showed you no high science. They told you it's high priest, but they ain't showed you no high science to demonstrate they high priest. These niggas got on outfits and all that that look like they high priest, but ask them to show you some high science. They ain't got no high science. Don't worry. I'm showing you what it looked like. All these numbers came right out of the Osiris ritual. This is masonry. Again, all that Hillary Clinton and the Pizza Hut shit and all that, that's goofballery. That's not masonry. Okay? When you download this book, it's free. AmericanHealer.website. Go get the book now. So you have this whole presentation in your house. You can go through it, argue about it, right? We talked about amino acids. Oh yeah, the amino acids. All that's here. Remember, they discovered ammonia at the temple of Jupiter Amun. Oh, you better look it up. Ammonia is nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen is the number 14. Nitrogen is number 14. Osiris got chopped in 14 pieces. From Abraham to David is 14 generations. From David to exile is 14 generations. From exile to the Messiah is 14 generations. You tell me these numbers popping up by mistake. I'm just asking questions. I'm just making some assessments. We just making measurements. We just making measurements. That's all we doing. We just measuring. That's all we doing. Isis' throne represents the first time the primordial waters are broken. How do you know that? Because it's in the story. Right? It's in the story. Genesis 18, 10 to 11. What's that? Genesis 18, 10 to 11. What is that? That's the 14th time that Abraham's name. Huh? The fish were believed to have disposed of the male member of Osiris. Remember, I'm showing you the connection. The fish later became Jesus. And what's the number that Jesus and them represent? I told you 12 and 1. Well, what happens if it's 14 pieces and you lost one? That's what you got, 13. That penis, unfortunately, got swallowed by a fish. Later on, that fish, so, y'all may get crazy. I know we got some young minds, right? But before you have Jesus, you have Enki, the fish god of the water, right? So, listen, man, Lizzie is glizzy season. Yo, when I see Giannis do a commercial and talk about a glizzy in the commercial, I was in tears. My bad. Anyway. Fish is the 14th letter in the Hebrew alphabet, Nun. Right? The 14th letter in the alphabet is Nun. But Nun is also the primeval waters that Osiris penetrated via Isis. You guys do your homework. The waters of Nun. That's the 14th letter in Hebrew. That's the 14th letter in Hebrew. Listen, I'm just showing you the work. I'm showing you that 14 motif. I'm just showing you the work. You deal with it how you want to deal with it. The sky is blue. Why? Because the sky is primarily nitrogen. is primarily nitrogen. That's why the blue and the violet light is scattered so much in Earth's atmosphere. It's because of what it's primarily composed of. Remember, our air is mostly nitrogen. Our air is mostly nitrogen. No, your ancestors already knew it. They already knew it. They already knew the composition of the atmosphere. Y'all see, y'all don't stay in the studio long enough. What are they doing right there? What are they communicating with the fish right there? Huh? What did they have in the nursery rhyme? How did the nursery rhyme go? And the what jumped over to what? Huh? All right, we moving. We back. We back. What's this? Have y'all seen this before? Have you seen this before? You might not have knew that there was a map. Did you know that they left the map? No. You know how they say, oh, nobody ever died and came back? Wait a minute, oh, you're not initiated, so you don't know. You're just talking out the side of your face. That's okay. Now you know. It's work out there. It's work out there. Y'all better get ready for death, because it's for sure coming. It's for sure coming. So I'm going to give you the work. I'm going to give you the work, and I'm going to see what you do with it. I'm going to give you the work and see what you do with it. Right? I'm going to give you the work, and we're going to see what you do with it. Right? Exodus is a fake name. We talked about this. We got to go back into it, though. Now that we're getting context. Now that we're getting context on who's Anubis, who's Shu, now we should be really ready to make this mental exodus from Jamestown, right? Get y'all out of that King James Bible. Get y'all in that codex, or at least the Septuagint. Something. You got to do something. We back to the problem. I got to discuss my man King James, man. I think I'm probably more excited than he is that he broke the record. Right? But I just want to show you something, how important the name is. Because I know some people is like, Exodus being not the right name of the book in the Bible, it doesn't really matter. And I'm saying to myself, you're insane. This is not a translational thing. This is bigger than that. This is a deliberate fake out to mislead you away from what's going on. The real name of Exodus is names, literally naming, creating. We need to understand that. So if you understand that Exodus is about creating, then you'll get that you're getting ready to take part mentally in a ritual for raising somebody, right? You're raising somebody from dead in the ritual. This is the king ritual. This is the king ritual. To become Pharaoh, you had to already be initiated from birth, groomed on up, but there was a big ritual ceremony that had to take place, and the ritual was on your heart. It was a heart ritual that had to be performed before you could become the Pharaoh, because you needed to understand that as Pharaoh, your life was not as important as the people that follows you. Your life is not as important as the people that follows you. Your followers more important. That's why we have so much goofy shit going online, because the people think that they're more important than the people following them, more important than the people supporting their channel, more important than the people on their platform, the people on their website, people sending in cash apps. No, you can't go no further than them. Very important ritual. right? Very important ritual. So we got some work here, right? Revelation 1:8, I am the Alpha and the Tau. What? The Tau again? The Tau? Here again? All the way from 8 o'clock this morning. Were you back? Number 19? The 19th letter is back. The nilometer is back. And now you're in the Bible, huh? Interesting. Revelation 19:16, and on his robe and on his thigh, he has a name written, Sovereign of Sovereigns, Master of Masters. Interesting. On his robe and on his thigh. Isaiah 46:8-9. Remember this and show yourselves, man. Turn back, you transgressors. Remember the former events of old, for I am Alpha, and there is none else. And there was Elohim, and there is no one like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from old that which has not yet been done, saying, my counsel does stand, and all my delight I do. What's happening right here? What are we talking about? This is important. El Shaddai, the mighty. What are we talking about here? Exalted. We're talking about the breakdown of this term here. What is this here? Lion. Mad lion. Who know about mad lion? This is the lion right here. So we're breaking this term down. It's important, especially if we're dealing with the Bible, the Lion of Judah. Now that we know that the Lion of Judah is Shu. Now that we know the Lion of Judah is Shu, because we see the Sumerians, right? City of Ur, right? All is coming together for you. I hope it's coming together. You got to start putting this stuff together in your mind. We working here. Yahudah, right? This is the word in Hebrew. It's not just Huda. See, Huda would be a good translation to Judah, but Yehuda's a little different, right? So now this is praise Yah. It's a little bit different. Praise Yah is way different than praise, because praise will allow you to believe that you the shit. Praise will allow you to believe that you the star of the show. But when you got praise Yah, that's a whole different thing. That's a paradigm shift. Praise Yah from self-praise. Now hold on. See, who getting food here? Who's getting food here? I'm just saying, hold on, let's work through this now. Let's look at the papyrus. I want to show you something so that you see where the ritual coming from. The papyrus. Blood is everywhere. Exodus 7:21, the blood was throughout all the land of Egypt. Back to the papyrus. Men shrink from human beings and thirst after water. Back to Exodus. And all the Egyptians digged around the river looking for water to drink. Back to the papyrus. He who places his brother in the ground is ever. Back to the Bible. There was not a house where there was not one dead. This is important, people, that we get these things right. So here is the Hebrew, shmo. Right? Let me break that down in two pieces. Now, we put shmo together, it means names. Right? But when you break this down, it get crazy. Right? When you break this down, shmo, it get crazy. We're going to break that down. It's going to get crazy. King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Look, the Papyrus of Annie, the Book of Dead. Look, homage to who? The King of Kings, Lord of Lords. I'm just showing you. Revelations right there. Now, remember, we're not banging. We're not using one to debunk another. We're using one to confirm the other. Right? We're using one to confirm the other. Biosemiotics, encoding information into pictures. This picture is encoded into Exodus via Kabbalah. So this is why, again, I'm showing you how that transition took place. This is the most prolific initiation in the Bible. This is the king-making process, the pharaoh-making process, right? The 10 Sephora right? Ra, Ra, right? This is your process, right? Now, the body of Osiris, remember, Philosopher's Stone, body of Osiris. We break this word shmote down. Mot is actually the Canaanite version of Anubis. When you look up Mot, Mot is a Canaanite god for decay in the underworld. Mot is a Canaanite version of Anubis. Look it up. I'll give you a minute. M-O-T, Canaanite god. Pull it up. So you just don't know where this stuff come from. That's why I'm telling you, when they change the name to Exodus and you think it means leaving or departing from somewhere, you totally missing the whole everything. And if they got you locked into the King James version of the Bible, you're going to be dumb forever. You ain't going to never get back to your ancestors. That's why they got you in Jamestown, the King James version of the Bible, locked in. Jamestown, first city slavery, first slave plantation in program, Jamestown. Yeah, that's where they got you, right? That's where they got you. Listen, I'm just giving you the facts. I'm just giving you the facts so you can look it up yourself and move in real righteousness, right? Now, the ancient Jewish tradition of mystical interpretation of the Bible. The ancient Jewish tradition of mystical interpretation of the Bible, first transmitted orally and using esoteric methods. Esoteric. Interesting, because we've been talking about esoteric all day as being inner things. Interesting. I told you they got their own masonry. Look, how do they transmit? Ciphers. You only know about ciphers from the gods building and from Masons. And the reason why the gods building ciphers is because Father Allah came out of the Nation of Islam, and I already told you, Elijah Muhammad was initiated by Farad Muhammad, who was initiated by Noble Drew Ali. So we're just going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving, right? So Masonry is built into the fabric of those institutions. So even if people belong to the nation or God's earth, whatever, they don't have to be initiated to have Masonic ideologies and principles, because the science that they're studying was created via Masonry. So every basketball player does not have to be a Mason. They're playing Masonry, literally. They don't even have to know what they're doing. Just like you don't have to know what you're watching, but you're still watching and find enjoyment. You don't have to know that it's a Mason. You don't got to know none of that to watch it and get enjoyment. Sephora, emanations or name. See, that's why we're looking through here. That's why I'm giving you these. Nothing here I'm giving you, you don't need. You may not know that certain subjects is related. So in your mind, you're like, okay, well, how did he go from there to there? Because you don't know these things related. I have to give you all the information so you can learn. So you got to study up. Emanations, radiate, right? An abstract but perceptible thing that issues or originates from a source. Action or process of issuing from a source. Tenuous substance or form of radiation given off by something. Time to prepare the heart of the king, the 10 Sephora. Now, what is this? Look it up. Speculations of esoteric Jewish mysticism. When you look up Kabbalah, they're going to tell you this is the speculations. Come on now. I need y'all to wake up. I know it's getting late and we done studied so much today. I know you're struggling. I need you to get the speculations. Speculative what? They dealing with speculative. Huh? There's 9 realms above ours. You did go get number 9 again. Come on now. The basic concept simplified is vibration or sound becoming light. The higher realms send light to the lower realms, right? And so you have a slowing down of that vibration of light to create the lower worlds, all the way down to ours, and then slower than ours is death, right? So our world is water. In our water world, water becomes stone at what? Water freezes at what? So this is why you have, again, 10 Sephora and 22 letters. This is why you have this. You can't have a science of life that water is not reflected in, pun intended. You cannot have a science of life without water. Now, just because it don't say water's there, remember you're dealing with speculative science, so everything ain't going to be on the surface for you, champ. Some of this you're going to have to know science to see science. So if you don't know that life in our world is water-based, then you're not going to be able to see that. And so when you're trying to understand about your world being created from light, you're going to leave water out. And then you're going to think you have some deep science. And then somebody like me that might not even be a part of your system, I'm not even going to respect it because you think that somehow you got some sort of system that don't involve water. And that's where you confuse that. That's not real science. That's play. Right? What my man 30 Rich saying. This ain't for play. All day. It ain't for play. Best from the east to the west. Weighing at a heart ceremony is a post-death proficiency exam. I'm going to say that again. The weighing at a heart ceremony is a post-death proficiency exam. It's literally showing you the test so that you could prepare and study for your degree. Come on now. You done did degree work. If you initiate, you done did degree work already. So you should know what it is. You got to study your lessons so you can go ahead and the installation of a monarch required a highly specific preparation of the heart through the head. Remember? The heart through the head. We just did the royal ark. We did, come on now. Wakey. Come on now. Deliverance from darkness by partaking in the body of Osiris via shewbread. Right? Via shewbread. Isaiah 29, 1 and 2. What happened in there? Shu represents the Ankh, the electricity of life. Right? Now let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at these coinky dinks. Shu is the firstborn son. Jesus is the firstborn son. See, y'all trying to equate Jesus with Horus, and y'all missing the boat. Y'all missing the boat. See, because y'all not initiates. Y'all on the right track, but because y'all not initiated, y'all don't know what y'all on the right track, but y'all getting lost. Shu. That's why it's Yahshua. Right? Shu. It's not Horashua. It's not, no. And in these days, if anything is reflected, if it's going to be in your name. Your father was in your name, your God you worshiped was in your name, your bloodline was in your name, your career was in your name. All that was in your name. That's why it's Yeshua. Yeah. Jesus is the middleman for heaven, right? You got to get to heaven, you got to go through Jesus, right? In order to get to heaven, you got to go through Shu. See, Horus when they say Horus, they say, oh yeah, Jesus was resurrecting people, Horus was resurrected. They didn't study it. No. Jesus was resurrecting the dead. Horus wasn't resurrecting the dead. Horus was dealing with living resurrection. Y'all don't even know what y'all looking at. Shu is God in man form. Jesus is God in man form. Shu is the God of light, the electricity. Well, electricity, obviously, so radiance. He's the light of the world. Right? He's the light of the world. That's why you see him holding up in the walls, in the depictions. You see him holding up the sun and the moon. Yeah, that's what Shu do. Shu holds up the sky, the light of the world. Right? Pay attention now. I'm gonna show you to you so many different ways. You're gonna have to Messiah, the root. There you go. Child, son. Right? Birth of Osiris, of Horus, of Set, of Isis, of Nephthys. These births were observed on, come on now. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I'm just asking you. It's right there. So you got to understand this about the Kemetic science. Osiris was a god, but as the perfect black, as the god of the underworld, everything is within Osiris. So all of the other gods can easily be within Osiris. So you have to understand this. And when you're being initiated, you are Osiris. And so it's Osiris having an inner journey. And that's how you roll in as Pharaoh, right? So that's what this is, right? That's what this is. So you got Happy, Sobek. That's the blood of Osiris. What are you talking about? I'm talking about in the Bible. When you deal with the Exodus, when you're dealing with the plagues, the first plague is Happy and Sobek. I know, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. That's because you don't know that these are the gods of the Nile. See, these are the gods of the Nile River. So if you turn the Nile River into blood, what are you dealing with? Happy and Sobek. But remember, the Nile represents the blood of Osiris. So I'm showing you how there's levels of information here. The Nile is where they chopped Osiris up and threw him in, right? That's Happy and Sobek. These are gods of the Nile, right? The second plague. What's the second plague? Right? Frogs, right? Ain't that the Ogdo? Right? So follow this. The third one, Geb. We showed you that flies represent Khepri, right? Then we back to the bull, the Bouj. Shishat, Shu, Hekate or Heka, right? Jehudi, right? So when you go through, I'm just giving them to you so you can have them, right? You can have them. We give them to you that way so you can look at it, right? You should have downloaded your book by now. Go to AmericanHealer.website so you could download this whole presentation. Blood and body in the now, right? Blood and body in the now, right? Now, they transition to rebirth. This is what the representation is. So you follow. So this is plague number one. The blood in the body is in the now. Okay, this is the beginning of the ritual. Right? Then you got the frogs. That's the second situation. I like situation better than plague. The frogs represent your transition to rebirth, fertility now, right? then Geb, right? Now the body's coming on land. I'm showing it to you the whole process, right? Then the flies, right? When you bring a dead body, remember they chopped up Osiris, threw him in the Nile. His body is in there rotting, he dead. They find the body, decay, his body decay. They find the body, bring it out on land. Now you got a dead body rotting, what you got? Yeah. You got flies, maggots, all that coming around, right? And what's next? The bull, Apis bull. Now watch, I'm showing you everything. Apis is representing the missing penis. That's the bull. What do they do with the running of the bull ceremony after they catch the bull at the end? They cut off the penis and the testicle, right? Yeah. Then we got Shashat and Happy, right? The perfect black, the leopard skin, right? This is them putting the body back. Rehydration and electrification. Ray, Atum, Noon, right? And then the last one, obviously, right? Now, let's go through, right? What is that last one? 72 hours of perfect blackness? 72 hours of perfect blackness? The birth of Horus and Shu, the first son. Now keep in mind, this is taking place the 14th day of the first month. Okay? 14th day of the first month is Passover. This is when God delivers the firstborn from Israel. 430 years later, on the 14th day of the first month, God made two promises. That's the covenant. 14 is the signature of Osiris' body. Come on now. So now you get to 1233. Exodus 1233, literally 1233. The stop codon. That's the signature, right? 12 tribes and 33. Stop right there. The Pharaoh now has a change of heart and literally says, we would be dead men. We are dead men. Shout out to Mark Anthony. Shout out to Amber Glow. Shout out to Mike Carter. I feel like I shouted out Mike Carter already. Mike Carter came with the 38 and the 27. Woo! I love Mike. Mike came with the 38 and the 27. Come on, man. I want to go back to the plagues again. I want to go back to the plagues again. Come on. We're not going back. We at what, 800 and something? We only got 300 more slides to go. We can't slow down. We can't slow down. We're going to stay here. We're going to keep working. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see. Let me see, maybe we should do a separate video. No. And here's that slide from earlier that was supposed to be in the other spot. This is also a part of the opening of the mouth ceremony, or a slide, you know, a picture depicting that. I told you I'm getting delirious. We at, how many, what is it, 10 o'clock? Shit. 10 o'clock, 14 hours straight. Oh! Yeah. Chill. We can't be right here at this part of the lecture, and it's literally 14 hours we've been going. Yeah, that's crazy. that we had the 14 as the signature of Osiris' body. Right here, I look at yeah, that's nuts. Anyway, we're gonna keep working. That's them telling me to keep going. So we're here. Anubis prepares the alchemical philosopher's stone, not Albertus Magnus. Okay. This right here in the white and black on the right side of your screen is the alchemical symbol for the philosopher's stone. I showed it to you earlier when we was looking at the math real big, and I showed you all the geometry in there. Remember? Hold on. Y'all was getting delirious and I was falling asleep a little bit. I was losing track of it. Remember, we was here with it. Yeah. I told y'all all this stuff is together. You gotta know what you're looking at. You just don't know these things all related. Let me do it like this for you. Because I know some of y'all are probably unfamiliar. And before we go anywhere, I ain't gonna rush y'all. I ain't gonna cheat y'all. We're gonna give it to you nice and slow. Here you go. This will be good for you. Hold on. And I'm gonna add this in here. Let me see where I'm gonna put this. I'll put it right here. Boop. Bam. Put this right here for you. Look. This is for y'all that's not familiar. I know some of y'all not familiar. Let me make it easy for you. Sometimes I get ahead of myself when I'm writing and I assume everybody knows certain things. So here you go. Here's your plagues. The first plague, you turning water into blood. The second one is running over folks with frogs. Then they came with the lice. Then they came with the flies. Then they came with the disease on the cows and the livestock, right? Then they came with skin boils. Then they came with hail and fire. Then they came with the locusts. What do the locusts do? The locust gets rid of all your herbs. Then they came with the perfect blackness. The perfect blackness. Okay, now let me show you this again in case you... Why do I keep hitting that damn thing? There you go. And we'll go back. Look, we'll do it again. You got questions? I will do it again for you. Look. Happy and Sobek. They turned the Nile to blood. The Ogdode. The frogs. Geb. The flies. The gnats, the lice. Khepri. The livestock. Apis. Happy. The skin boils. That's Sheshat and Happy. The hail and the fire. That's Shu and Tefnut. Hail is frozen water. That's Tefnut. The fire is Shu, but the fact that they together is referencing the twins even more strongly. Because they could have just gave them one of them. They could have just hit them with one, hail or fire. When they hit them with both, that's a package deal. That's Shu and Tefnut. Right? When the locusts come and the locusts eat all of the herbs, that's attacking the gods of medicine. Right? So this is how they get you. Now, the perfect blackness, you already know what that is. That's the waters of Nu. Right? Re, Atun, Ra. Right? The perfect blackness. right? And how long did the perfect blackness last? Or the darkness? Just in case you didn't know, you need a signature, right? The darkness, perfect darkness, so thick that you could feel it. They couldn't see nothing. They could feel the darkness. It was so thick they could feel it. It lasted for 72 hours. That's how you know what it is, right? Whose number is 72? The perfect black. Come on, Osiris. It's low-hanging fruit. The firstborn son is Shu. The firstborn son is Shu. Shu was born before Osiris. So you don't get a Horus before you get Shu. Right? Come on now. And don't we know it's who is that? Didn't we hear a story? Come on now. Didn't we hear a story about the widow's son? Why is that important to know a widow's son? Widow's son is fatherless son. The fatherless son. Well, the only son that's the real widow's son is Horus. And that's coming from, that's coming from the same story. Right? So we went over this twice. Right? Origin of the Rottweiler, actually 3 times, because we went over it the other day. We spent more time on it the other day. We wasn't trying to get through a 1,200 slide, 1,100 slides in a day. Right? So in the future, we'll go back through this stuff and spend more time on some of this stuff. Make it make more sense for you. Today's advanced class. Today's advanced. We flying. Right? The origin of the Rottweiler. Right? The dog that they worshipped in Sumeria was the Rottweiler. Anubis, Rottweiler. Yeah. Right? We talked about this. The lion is the dog, is the wolf. The lion is the dog, is the wolf. Right? Now you got it. Now you see why the lion and the dog, the wolf, all got the same level of praise and worship, because it stems from the same ritual. The resurrection of Osiris, the dog and the lion. The lion people are the dog people. The dog people are the lion people. There's no beef between the people of the Bible and the people of the pyramids. The only beef is made up by the foreigner to keep you divided, dum-dum. Right? Now, all of your royal bloodlines, I need you to get it, were under the great dog, hence the Eastern Star. And they say, but wait a minute, are you sure it's the Eastern Star? Because we from, hold on now, you do got to remember that the sky is totally different if you in Africa. If you below the if you below the equator, you do know that the sky is different, correct? Okay. It's okay. It's all right. We working. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Right? Now you can understand this, the communication here, right? One of the most misunderstood, right? This wolf represents ancient Egypt. These brothers represent the Roman and Greece nations coming out of the wilderness, being taken in and fed and raised. Listen, being taken in and raised. This represents the Romans and the Greek coming into Kemet, being raised. They tell you in the story. They just ain't filled you in on all the details, but they was honest. They told you. Now, because you don't know the relationship your ancestors had with dogs, you don't know that dogs used to be the nuclear power of Earth. Dogs was the nuclear power of Earth. Dogs was the nuclear power of Earth. That's how Rome got strong. Rome got strong when they got our dogs. They conquered the world with our dogs. They conquered Europe with our dogs. When they left Germany, they took all the dogs that they couldn't take, they killed, because they didn't want to leave no dogs in Germany, because they knew that Germany would become a superpower if they left any dogs there. If they left any of these dogs anywhere, they knew that that place would breed up a whole bunch of these dogs and become a superpower. And what happened? What happened? After Rome left Germany, they left some of the dogs there by mistake. They thought they killed them all. Look at the history. Do the history. They thought they left. They thought they killed them all. They left a few. And that's how Germany got in power. Hitler had over 100,000 dogs in his army. Go do the math. This is Germany right here. This is in the statue. This is the dog that saved Germany, the Rottweiler. Rottweilers are not German dogs. They were left in Germany by the Roman army. That one dog, and from that one dog, or two dogs, I believe it was, 2 or 3 dogs, they rebred them back. And so that's why some of the features changed, right? So you look at the old stuff in Kemet and you oh no, this ain't the same, this ain't that same dog. Oh, because y'all don't know about breeding dogs. You can change features of dogs very quickly. Especially if you take the dog to a different country and start feeding it different food, hint, hint, wink, wink. If you capture a nigga and take him to a different country and give him different food. Did y'all know that Rottweilers get the same diabetes and all that you get? Same heart disease and the same shit you got going on. You. Rottweiler. Okay, anyway, we move on. This right here, telling you, they can't explain this to you. Nobody can explain this to you. You ask, why is it that purebred Rottweilers have a pyramid on their chin? Anubis was the god for the opening of the mouth ceremony. I'm just saying, ask them, why do Rottweilers have a pyramid on their chin? They ain't going to be able to tell you. They're just going to tell you that they know for sure that purebred Rottweilers have a pyramid under their chin. And if you got a Rottweiler at home and yours does not have a pyramid under his chin, then you got beat. Somebody robbed you. Okay? That's me right there with my baby. And you see the pyramid under her chin. Now I'm going to take you back to one of the experts in the Rottweiler universe. This is back from the 80s, 90s. They had a grip on the Rottweiler breeds in America. This is the best of the best of the best. And she's explaining to a new customer. The customer's there deciding which dog to buy. And she didn't already explain the prices of the dogs. So she letting her pick. You know what I'm saying? You want a pet or you want a show dog? You want a pet or you want a working dog? You know what I'm saying? Now you want a pet, I'll give you something for the low. You want a show dog or a working dog, you're gonna pay top dollar, but this is why. This is what you're looking for. This is how you win contests. Da, 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 da. But anyway, she'll explain it.
This black smudged here, yeah. Actually, that is not good. She should be like this puppy. This puppy has a black triangle, and around it it's 10. Is that something the judges look for in the... If a judge finds all things equal, I have seen them sometimes in Germany, trying to decide between two dogs. At the end, lift up the chin, look for that triangle. If one dog's got it and the other one doesn't, the one with the triangle will be put up first.
Kelly, do you think that the broader head of...
See what you said again? The one with the what? Okay, we're gonna move. We're gonna move. We're gonna move. Somebody knows something though. I'm just saying. Somebody knows something because it's a 26-foot Anubis at the Children's Museum. Why wouldn't he be? Why would he be 26 feet exactly? What are they communicating? Magnetism, God, or just coincidence that Anubis is 26 feet there? It's just that's probably just coincidence. They just picked that randomly out of thin air, right? A Saw becomes Osiris, Rome and Greece. Oh, y'all got to deal with this. The Ptolemaic Egypt versus, see, this is something I promise you your Kemetic scholars don't really like to deal with. The difference between the Medu Neter of Kemet and the Medu Neter of the Ptolemaic period. The gods of Kemet and then the gods in the Ptolemaic period. Because see, in the Ptolemaic period is where the bleach come in. Right? I'm showing you how your rituals got watered down, when they got watered down, who did it. I'm showing you, you know how I do. We're going to deal with everything. I'm going to take you into the ritual, out of the ritual, on top of the ritual. We're going to go around the side, the back, the front. Osiris, it took a little more, took a little, you know, a little work to get the perfect black. This is how Asar became Osiris. Anubis was a little more difficult. Right? Look at Asar, the perfect black. He got a light-skinned face and white body already. White feet, white arms. His face, though, he looked a little Chris Brownish. It's a little Chris Brownish. So he still got some blackness in him. But he's definitely not the perfect black anymore. Anubis is next. Oh, yeah, they got Anubis. Oh, they got Anubis. Oh, they got Anubis. See, you didn't know what happened to Anubis. I asked you earlier. See, you thinking that all these slides, some of them ain't connected. You just, this is where Hermes came from. Hermes Trismegistus. Yeah. That's Jehudi mixed with Anubis. Yes. That's Jehudi mixed with Anubis. So you have Anubis, you have Jehudi, then you have Hermanubis, and then you have Hermes Trismegistus. Oh, you got to know that. Oh, you got to know that. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Matter of fact, you go to 1 Corinthians. We moving. We moving. You go there. Right? You go there. Here you go, your adze and your chisel. Right? Remember? Sam just showing you the work. Yeah, see, this is what the slide got messed up from earlier. But now you see Ptah, Anubis. Look, here's your shin. Hold on. These right here at the bottom. The sisters, you see that what they're dealing with? That their hands radiating toward your shin. Yeah, that's the histone. The shin. Look. Look at it. Come on, man. Okay, now for you non-initiates. Yeah, I got a little bit lazy with these slides over here. I just left that up there for all of them. It's all right. I'll fix mine. You gotta fix yours. Anyway, what is Ptah doing right here? I just want to ask you that. What is Ptah doing right here? Because we got some stories about acacia trees. We got some stories about acacia trees that we might have to deal with. No, we're going to make sure we get everything in. We got to deal with the acacia tree so that way when you go watch the house party movie LeBron got out, you know why there's a koala bear up in there. Because the koala bear ain't going to make sense to you. Hey, somebody, Chase. Who's your brother? No, I need one of these and one of that. Uh-oh. Ah. Hopefully we still lit. Hopefully we still lit. Mic's still on. Where was we at? Oh, I was saying the koala bear in the house party movie. You're going to see so much masonry in there, you're not going to realize what the koala bear is doing there. Koala bears live in acacia trees. So anytime you see a koala bear, but what I want to know is what is Ptah doing right here? Please tell me that. What is Ptah doing here? And who is inside the acacia tree? What is happening right now? Talk to me. Make sense of this. Okay, so do y'all know that these are stars? These deities right here, these are stars right here. Okay, you know what? That'll be in the next book or something like that. We'll deal with that another. We here. We with the acacia. Talk to me about this acacia. What is going on right there? Who is that little guy down there with the wings? What's that little guy with the wings doing down there with the acacia tree? What is happening right there? Some of this y'all got to do. I can't give y'all everything. Some of this y'all got to do. Oh, I know the answers. That's why I'm asking the question. Yeah, that's your Oscar right there. That's your Oscar. Why do actors get Oscars? Actors get Oscars because those are light workers. Actors get Oscars because they're light workers. They doing magic in Hollywood. Trying to tell you. They belong to a guild of light workers, even if they don't know what they're doing. Right? What is motion pictures? Remember, earlier, I don't even know how early it was. Remember, I told you, when you see a still picture at 12 slides a second, it starts to move. I told you that already. This is masonry. Come on, man. Y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to put all this info together. Y'all not taking good enough notes. See, y'all can't see how something that said 10 o'clock this morning, now it's 11, y'all. It's all in the same book. It's okay. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. I want y'all to look this up. Ecclesiastes and the instructions of Ptah-hotep. I told you, we're not using one to debunk another. We're using one to confirm the other. I want y'all to see. He still got work. That niggas better get up. Do you know the fine structure constant? The fine structure constant. The fine structure constant is defined in the Great Pyramid. Hold on. The fine structure constant is defined in the Great Pyramid. Why is this important? I gotta show you. You gotta see. You gotta see. You gotta see. I can't cheat you. 1/64 is one or a mouth. That's 64 consistent. That mouth of creation. Then we see that 64 also with the sperm cycle. That 64 meaning. Watch. This is how you know that this chamber is purely for initiatory purposes. The fine constant is the number that defines the relationship between light and matter. The fine structure constant defines the relationship of light or electromagnetic radiation and mass, matter. When you measure, that's what we do, Masons. When you measure this room, this empty coffin here, this empty stone, quote unquote, coffin, this empty rectangle, because it's really just an empty rectangle. This is an empty rectangle. They said it's a sarcophagi. They said it's a stone coffin. It's an empty oblong square. And y'all wondering where it came from. Literally in the king's chamber, there's nothing in it but an oblong square. Let me give y'all a different view. Some of y'all probably never seen that before. Some of y'all don't know the widow's son is Hiram Abiff is talking about Horus, right? Horus is the widow's son. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, here you go. Okay. We're gonna hop right on over here. Look at this thing here. So when you go into the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid, there's nothing in there but an oblong square. Literally, the whole focus of the Great Pyramid is on the oblong square. So let's not even play like we're not sure. Let's not even play like we're not sure. There's nothing in there. Only thing in there is this oblong square. That's it. There's nothing else in there. There's an oblong square. And that oblong square is literally 1/37 the space in the room. So that they put the fine structure constant into the geometry of the room. Literally, when you take the measurements of the room, you get the fine structure constant. Telling you, man, you got to get this work. Hold on. Let's do this. Ah! You see that number? Bruh. This is the alpha. This is the alpha. This number allows them to quantify the strength of electromagnetic interaction between elementary charged particles. So if you really wanted to mathematically define light coming into a dead body to animate it or light leaving a living body to kill it, you would have to represent that equation with the fine structure constant. This is literally the constant that you would have to build the equation out of a ritual of bringing somebody from life to death or from death back to life. That's how tough this shit is. I'm trying to show y'all this masonry on a whole nother level. This shit tough. You can't mess with the pyramid builders. Don't ever let them folks violate these people here. The math was crazy. Now, in the Bible, look, come on, we're not done, man. Y'all got to wake up. We're not done. In the Bible, Abraham is 137 years old. When he get ready to sacrifice Isaac, man, come on, bro. See, you don't know enough math to be able to see everything. You don't know enough math and science to be able to see everything. If you don't know the fine structure constant, you don't know the significance of Abraham being 137 at this scene in the story. But I got to walk you through it. Come on now, I got to walk you through it. Hold on, let me see what we have. You might have to take a break. Okay, yeah, we about to take a break. In a couple more slides, we're going to take a break. We're getting ready to take a break. Couple more slides, we're going to take a break. Okay. Because I got a little bit more high powered, and then we got to go crazy again. Look. You see it right there now. You got these motifs all throughout the pyramids. You got these things here, and nobody know what this is. The Kemetic scholars gonna tell you it was there's some dumb shit. You be ready to slap them. Like, bro, stop saying pyramid builders was doing, like, come on, bro. You gotta slap these guys. Because what happens is that they don't like to say they don't know something. So instead of saying they don't know, they just throw something in there. That's mad disrespectful to the people who built the pyramids, yo. That's why it gets me upset. I'm like, bro, nobody has demonstrated a a deeper understanding of science on this planet and written history than the people that built the pyramids, bro. We got to put respect on them. There's nothing, if we understand all the math, that if we understand, it'll humble you. You would know ain't nothing that we could create with today's minds that they couldn't create then, because they already demonstrated they created shit that we can't match right now. And the shit that we just learning, the shit they've been on. Like, you just start getting money, youngin. You've been on all that. Now, let me show you something. This is what they're dealing with. Atomic structure. This is what they're dealing with. This is how advanced the science was. Now, we got field ion microscopes that give us an idea of what atoms look like. So now we're getting ready to redesign. Atoms are getting ready to be redesigned again. So the idea that you know of as an atom has been redesigned multiple times, but in our lifetime, it's just been that nucleus with the proton and the electrons on the outside, like that vibe. It's getting ready to be redesigned again. Scientists working on a new model. And it's based on this technology, field ion microscopes, that's giving us a better look at what atoms actually look like. And the crazy thing is, when we start figuring this out and we start taking a look at these atoms, well, guess what? They already had us beat. They already had us beat. That's what I'm saying. Y'all waiting for the journal. I'm going to the rocks. I'm going to the stones. I'm going to the stones. Look, this what they was doing. They was already here. They was already here. They was already here. Period. I'm showing it to you. These up here, magnesium, platinum, iridium. This is in Kemet. Come on, man. I'm showing you what they had. Come on. They was too ahead. They was too far ahead. And I know. And that's what Q-Butters say. No, they didn't have no microscopes back then. Again, if they didn't have no microscopes back then, how they get this? How they get this? And I'm not banging on my brother Q-Butter. We cool now. Debate is over, folks, but we got to deal with this. How they get this if they didn't have no microscopes? And then you go, oh, well, they had microscopes, but they didn't have something that was that strong enough. Stop. Stop trying to discredit and just relax. Just admit they was way more advanced than what we was dealing with. They was way more advanced. Once you get microscopes, you all over the place. Yeah. You don't have a depiction. You don't know what sperm look like. You can't see this with the naked eye. You got to have microscopes for this. So this is the proof in stone that they had microscopes. And they probably didn't have actually microscopes. They probably used the system of lenses. A microscope ain't nothing but a couple of lenses held in place. So you can have a rolled up microscope where they use with leather bags, where you can change out the strength of the lenses and you put 3-4 lenses in there. Yeah, old school. Right? So again, okay, all right, we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna take a break. I know it's too much.